Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, we meet again for our today's lesson. Okay, this is a continuation, okay, sambungan from our previous lesson, which is subject-verb agreement. Our focus will still be the same focus, which is grammar. Let's look at our lesson objective. By the end of this lesson, pupils should be able to identify and apply the rules in subject-verb agreement. Success criteria. Okay, 1. I can identify the rules in SVA. 2. I can label the picture with the correct sentences. 3. I can fill in the blanks with the correct form of verbs. Okay, let's review the previous lesson. We learned about rule 1 until rule 5. Okay, but before I begin, I want to tell you it might seem confusing. Mungkin akan nampak confused, but don't worry. You can always refer to the notes while you're doing your exercises later. Okay? Okay, so subject verb agreement, the verb in a sentence, okay, must follow the subject. So dalam ayat, verb dan subject mesti agreement, setuju. Means if the subject is singular, the verb pun kena dalam singular form. If the subject is plural, the verb must be in plural form. Okay, that is the basic for subject-verb agreement. But there are many rules in subject-verb agreement. As I mentioned before, I found 10 rules. Okay, but in the textbook, kita ada beberapa sahaja. Memang yang teacher cari ada 10. Tapi yang awak kena ingat ada beberapa sahaja. Why I show you all 10 rules? Because to keep you informed. Kita belajar, kita cuba belajar. Okay? So the previous lesson we learned about rule 1 until rule 5. So this time we will continue with rule 6 till rule number 10. Okay, let's review. Okay, kita try untuk refresh balik our memory about the rules. Okay, for rule 1, the subject and the verb must agree in number. Okay, if you look at the sentences, we look here. Okay, if you look this one, the stick figure is alone. Okay, single. So singular, you remember singular, singular, single, singular, single. Okay, so a singular subject takes a singular verb. He walks around the lake every morning. Kamini is at school. The dog chases the bad guys away. Michael plays basketball. Julia drives to work every day. And if you notice, okay, this one walks, chases, plays, drives. We have verb plus s for singular. For singular, single, you add s for the verb. Okay, now let's look at the plural. Plural subject. plural verb. Plural, more than one. Lebih daripada satu. We speak loudly until the dog barks. They visit us every month. The animals are placed in the zoo. Michael and Chris play basketball at the sports center. The camels survive up to 6 months without water. Okay, the difference is this one, the verb we add S. This one, no S. Kita tak letak S untuk dia punya verb, kata kerja. Okay. Okay, but for I, saya, and you, awak. Okay, I is a singular subject. You can be singular, can be plural. Okay, the example that I used last week, for example, when I ask, how are you? Boleh jadi teacher tanya pada seorang, boleh jadi teacher tanya pada semua orang. Okay, but we do not use singular verb for both of them. Kita tak guna singular verb. Okay, we use plural verb. So, for example, I am 3 years older than my brother M. Okay, this one M hanya special untuk I sahaja. Okay, I walk alone to school. See, this one kita tak tambah S. I walk alone to school because we use plural verb. Okay, how about you? You are 3 years younger than her. You go to the shopping mall by bus. Okay, this one, walk and go. We use plural verb. Diorang singular, dalam kategori singular, tapi kita guna plural verb. Okay, they are special. Ada as well as, together with, along with. Okay, with. Okay. Okay, the verb still agrees with the subject. Okay, now rule number 3. Two subjects joined by N are plural. Bila ada dua subjek, kita gunakan dan, dia terus jadi plural. Okay. For rule number 2, kita tak guna dan. We don't use and, but we use with, as long as well as, together with. Kan kita tak guna dan, jadi kita tak kira. Okay, tapi bila we use and, dia macam seolah-olah operasi tambah gitu. Okay. So this one, before this we meet this one. Okay, the single, sticky and sticko. So now we have two. So we cannot say that they are singular. They are plural. So sticky and sticko are very thin. Okay, very thin. Mary and Joanna are twins, but they are different. Michael and Chris play basketball at the sports center. So bila ada N ni, dia automatic jadi plural. Rule number 4. Two subjects joined by or not, either or, neither nor, not only but also. Take the verb that agrees with the subject closest to it. Okay, let's look at the example. Okay, bila ada macam ni or not. Okay, for example, or not. Okay, the children or atau. Julia is. Why is? Sebab yang paling dekat, the closest subject is Julia. Julia is singular, so we use is. Okay, but kalau kedudukan dia terbalik, contohnya ayat dia mula dengan Julia. Julia or the children, dia akan jadi are. Okay, for either or, the same concept. Either my father, this one singular, or my brothers, this one plural, are coming. So we use plural verb. Neither nor. Neither my mother nor my father goes to the university. Okay, this one singular, so we use singular. This one is also singular, so this one no problem. Cuma nak tunjuk kita pilih yang paling hampir dengan verb tu. Okay, not only but also. Not only you, but also I am planning to go. Why we use am? Sebab I kan special. I je yang gunakan am. Kalau you yang duduk sini, kita gunakan are. Okay, so you look sentence, the first sentence, the second sentence, the third sentence, the fourth sentence. You can see I circle the subjects that are the closest to the verb, yang paling hampir kepada verb. So when you read the sentence, you might feel, oh okay, tapi this rule is very useful when you want to write sentence. Bila awak nak tulis ayat, sangat-sangat membantu. Rule number 5. Okay, rule number 5, in sentences beginning with here or there, the true subject follows the verb. Kalau ayat yang bermula dengan here or there, we don't treat them as true subject. True subject dia adalah benda lain, perkataan lain. So how? There. So I underline there, I underline here. Okay. There is a bush near the school playground. So the true subject is a bush. Okay, a bush. Satu. Okay, one bush. So we use singular verb. Okay, for this one, here are the keys. So the keys, plural. So we use plural verb. Okay, so for this, under this rule, the true subject is here. If you see previously, true subject semua depan kan, sebelum verb. Tapi for this one, if you start your sentence, kalau mulakan ayat dengan there or here, okay, the true subject will be somewhere here. Okay. Okay, we will continue with rule 6 until rule 10. Continuation, okay, sambungan. Okay, for rule 6, with collective nouns, the verb might be singular or plural, depending on meaning. But to make it easier, just use singular verb for collective noun. Okay, for this rule, if you check in the textbook, it is recommended, disarankan untuk guna singular verb sahaja untuk collective nouns. Collective nouns ni apa? Let's see. Okay, for this one, the verb might be singular or plural. Okay, singular meaning the audience was clearly enchanted by her performance. Okay. Kat sini dalam ayat ni, the audience tu merujuk kepada satu kumpulan penonton. Jadi digunakan was, digunakan singular verb. Okay, kalau plural meaning, the audience, semua penonton, okay, semua penonton, maksudnya ramai kan, are clapping politely after each song. Confusing kan? Sangat confusing. Habis tu nak guna macam mana? Nak guna was ke? Nak guna are? Kan? Singular or plural for the verb. So, what you can do, okay, to make it easier, nak senang, kita just guna, we just use singular verb. Okay, the team. Berapa team? Satu team. So, kita guna singular verb. Practices hard before their final match. Dia. Kenapa dia? Sebab sebelum semua pemain tu lah. Okay. So, the team practices hard before their final match. The committee decides to go ahead with the plan. The family has lots of pets. Okay, so untuk senang, for this rule, you just use singular verb for collective noun. Okay, rule number 7 is related to indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronoun, okay, pronouns that does not refer to any person, amount or thing in particular. Maksudnya dia tak merujuk kepada mana-mana orang, mana-mana jumlah atau benda. Maksudnya kata ganti tak tentu. Okay, in Malay we call it as kata ganti tak tentu. Okay, so the verb is singular if the subject is a singular indefinite pronoun. The verb is plural if the subject is a plural indefinite pronoun. Some indefinite pronouns may be singular or plural, depending upon their use in a sentence. Dah makin pening ni. Tadi rule 6 dah pening. Rule 7 lagi lah pening. Macam mana ni? Okay, it's okay. Konsep dia, okay, kalau awak tengok, konsep is still the same as rule 1. Singular subject, singular verb. Plural subject, plural verb. Cuma ada sedikit je perubahan. The verb is singular if the subject is singular indefinite pronoun. Okay, so let's look at the example of singular indefinite pronoun. So each, either, neither, one, no one, everyone, someone, anyone, nobody, everybody, anybody, somebody. Okay, semua yang teacher yang that you can see, okay, is singular indefinite pronoun. So how can we use them in a sentence? Okay, so everyone has, okay, singular verb, has to be present in the meeting. Everyone has to be present in the meeting. Somebody, seseorang, has taken her diary. Nobody is allowed to leave the hall. Dia tak cakap siapa yang tak boleh, tapi dia cakap tak ada siapa yang boleh. So kita tak tahu jumlah tu berapa. Betul tak? So that is meant by kata ganti tak tentu, singular indefinite pronoun. The verb is plural if the subject is a plural indefinite pronoun. So these are the example of plural indefinite pronoun. Okay, both. Okay, so we use plural verb. Okay, so both children like sports a lot. Kedua-dua anak. Okay, both. Kedua-dua. Many people. Ramai orang. Ramai. Several books. Beberapa. Beberapa. Okay. Some indefinite pronouns. Ada yang beberapa indefinite pronouns ni pula yang boleh guna sebagai singular or plural. Okay. Bergantung kepada maksud dia. Tengok maksud pula kan. Okay, so a singular subject, singular verb. Plural subject, plural verb. Basic concept. So we look at the example. So antara indefinite pronouns yang kita boleh guna untuk dua-dua, we have some, we have any, all, most. Okay, so let's look at this one. Some of the music was weird. Music, kita tak boleh kira music tu ada berapa. So kita anggap dia sebagai satu. We decide it as one. So some of the music was weird. Walaupun ada some, we still use singular verb. Sebab kita tengok pada music. Okay, now look at here. Some of the books are out of place. Okay, some of the books are out of place. So we look at the books. So tengok kat sini, kita ada guna some, tapi singular. Kat sini kita guna some, tapi plural. Because we look at the subject nearest to it. Tengok pada maksud ayat. Okay, second example. Most of the food has finished. Kebanyakan makanan dah habis. Okay, this one. Most cats sleep a lot in a day. Kebanyakan kucing, more than one, kucing. Sleep. This one, any sound is not permitted. Kita tak boleh kira sound. Kita tak boleh kira satu suara, dua suara, one sound, two sound, no. So we use is this one, any guest. We have as plural. So kita guna plural verb. Okay. Rule number 8. For time, measurement, money and weight, we use a singular verb. Okay, sebab kita kira dia sebagai satu. Okay, for example, $50. Okay, seems like a reasonable price. Okay, ingat measurement, ukuran, time, masa, money, duit, weight. Okay, berat. Okay, so $50 seems a reasonable price. Sebab kita merujuk kepada jumlah dia. Walaupun ada dollars kat belakang ni, $50. Tapi kita merujuk kepada jumlah dia. Jadi kita anggap dia sebagai satu. So we use singular verb. Okay, 3 kilometers is too far to walk. 3 kilometer. Okay, tapi kita anggap dia sebagai satu unit. Considered one unit. So, kita guna singular verb. Okay. Rule number 9. Plural form subjects with a singular meaning take a singular verb. This one, belakang dia ada S. Tapi maksud dia adalah singular. For example, home economics, measles, statistics, gymnastics, mathematics, acrobatics, news, phonics, physics, civics, social studies. Okay, memang ejaan dia macam ni. Memang ada S dekat belakang. Tapi maksud dia, meaning dia adalah singular. Dia bukan merujuk kepada okay, for example matematik. Bukannya kalau satu matematik, banyak matematik, mathematics. No, tak ada. Memang ejaan dia macam ni. For English, this is the spelling. But the meaning, we know mathematics is about the subject. Okay, so for example, gymnastics is his favorite sport. Mathematics is a difficult subject. Okay, and also ingat kat belakang dia memang ada S, tapi memang ejaan dia macam tu, meaning dia tetap singular. Okay, the last rule, titles of single entities. Okay, tajuk. Contohnya tajuk buku, tajuk persatuan apa-apa, tajuk nama negara dan sebagainya. Kita selalu anggap dia sebagai singular. Okay. For example, because tajuk-tajuk tu, the titles are considered as proper nouns, kata nama khas. Bila kata nama khas, kita anggap dia sebagai singular. So, Harry Potter is an interesting book. Okay, ataupun Harry Potter and sambungan tajuk dia. Walaupun ada N, tapi sebab itu tajuk. So, kita masih guna singular verb. Okay, the Jungle Book talks about Mowgli and the animals in the jungle. So, the Jungle Book. Memanglah belakang pun book. Tapi ini adalah satu tajuk. So, we use singular verb. Okay, Friends is a drama about 6 friends. Friends. Plural ni. Tapi dia tajuk. So, we use singular verb. Okay, so we have done. Kita dah refresh balik. Kita dah review balik. Rule 1 until Rule 5. And we continue from Rule 6 until Rule 10. Now we will go to our exercises on word wall. So later when you do your exercises, please type your name. You don't have to type your full name, but please don't type the names that I cannot recognize. Okay, contoh, for example, if we, kita guna contoh my name, Anis Fazila. So, just guna Anis Fazila or Anis F so that I know. Okay, janganlah tiba-tiba guna nama Princess Cupid something. Okay, so let's look at the exercises. Okay, you have 2 exercises. You have to drag and drop the pins to their correct place on the image. So you have this picture. You have to, okay, so you see the sentences here and also the sentences here. So you need to drop, okay, drag and drop later, okay, to each picture. Okay, we have 10 sentences. Okay, next one. Yang ni lama sikit. Okay, there are 40 multiple choice question. Don't worry, ada pilihan jawapan. Okay, you just have to click on the correct answer. So, if you kita tengok balik pada success criteria. So, 1, we do together. We identify the rules in SVA together. Okay, and number 2, I can label the picture is related to the first exercise. Success criteria number 3, is related to the second exercise. Ini yang objective question tadi. This one yang label the picture tu. Okay. So we have reached the end of our lesson. Let's recite tasbih kifarah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Asyhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Semoga mendapat keberkatan daripada proses pembelajaran kita ni, insya-Allah. Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Okay, that's all for today. Inshallah, if you have any question, please don't be shy to ask me. You can ask in Google Classroom, ask in our group. Inshallah, I will try my best to answer. But don't worry for the questions. Some of you might think the questions are very difficult, mungkin rasa susah. Tapi cuba, insyaAllah, usaha kita cuba. Salah bukan bermaksud awak kalah. Tidak, ini adalah proses belajar. Jadi kita cuba. I know you can do it. Thank you so much. Okay, if you have made it till the end of this lesson, insyaAllah for the next lesson we will move on to another topic. Kita tak. Okay, end of the lesson 4, subject verb agreement. Assalamualaikum and bye.